Hi, this is Hannah from WebTales. Today we'll be building a progressive web application website with AMP pages from scratch using AMPize.me and the internal CMS tool. So to get started from the AMPize.me website, just simply log in or sign up if you don't have an account yet. And the first thing that we'll need to do is to add a data source for internal contents. So from the hamburger menu in the upper left-hand corner, select Data Sources. And from here, just choose the red plus sign to add a new data source. And for this tutorial, we'll just use a sample data source for news articles to save time. Great. So just to give you an idea, about the internal contents, we can click the edit function here. So we can see there's just an automatic name. You can name it however you like. Then there's the schema.org type. And then we have a standard JSON model. So this determines and lets the search engines know what the different fields are in our website. So this will help you show up in SEO, will help you show up in the special AMP results. So it's very important, and this will also, we'll see later in the tutorial, how this will be used to actually develop your contents in the internal CMS. So here, since it's a news article, we have headline, date, author, image, description, category, and of course, body of the article. And we can see the content type and also the schema.org property. So there is a tutorial or a guide rather linking to how to create these formats, which you can find in our guides, and it's just linked in the description below as well. So we can just save changes or cancel here since we didn't change anything. And then we'll go back to the hamburger menu and start to build our site. So choose the site builder, and from here we'll click the red plus sign to add a new site, and we'll just choose an empty model to build something from scratch. Great. So now that we're in the site builder, you can see this gray area is where we drag and drop components to build the visual elements of the site. On the right, you have all of the components that you can access. There's various monetization for ads, social, navigation, media, etc. There's also the pages where we build the tree structure of the site. So the first thing that we'll do actually is start to create our internal contents. So just choose the settings menu for the site builder. It's the three dots in a vertical line here, and choose internal contents. So the source is going to be our internal contents news article source that we just created, and select the red plus sign to start building or writing your contents rather. So the content URL will just be the portion that comes in your standard URL after the slash, sorry. So for this example, we'll say Dear News Article. So actually all you need to do is just type in what you want to show up. So the headline for mine will be Dear News Article. The date, we can just select a date from the menu here. We'll choose today. The author will be me. For the image, we can just select the image library to go into the media library here. So you can either upload your own images, import them, or select Pixabay. There's a great integration tool here. So if you don't have images, you can just find free royalty images that you can use on your website through here. So we'll say Dear, apply the filter, and then choose the first image that we like. Great. And then just hit close. The description, and just keep it brief. Category, we can say animals. And the bottom, I've just copy and pasted a lorem ipsum. And in the body of the article here, we can add various things such as an image, a video, embed, we can insert a template, which we talk about in a different tutorial. You can see the code view if you wanted to make some changes. But for now, we will just publish this, so it'll be ready for us to use. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I recommend to create just a couple more articles, which I'll do right now. We'll just do some different animals. It's also great practice. Great, so once you're done with your news articles, 3 is probably fine. Just select close and make sure that they're all published so that they're going to show up when we do our preview at the end. Great, and now we can start building our site. So we'll just select navigation to start with and put a menu at the top, and we'll keep this one really simple. The next component we'll add is under contents and choose the list component. So from here, we need to define the query for the list. So hovering your mouse over the dark area, just select the data icon. And here we will choose where the data is going to come from. So it will come from our internal contents data source that we created for news articles. And then we need to define the query. So what do we want to show up in the article list? So typically on the home page of a website, we might have the headline of the article, the date it was published, the author, the image, the description, and the category. And we would just maybe leave out the body of the article because it would be too long for the list. So with that, we can click on continue. In the data model, we'll just leave it as custom because we don't have a template generated yet. So continue. And then here we can see the template of what the article or what our list is going to look like. So you can see it's a bit plain at the moment. And what we can do is just select the edit template icon in the right here and just use some basic HTML to change the way that this looks. So for example, on the headline, we can add a heading. And then just select the run preview to see the modifications. Great. We can add some text, published on, author. So you can make as many or whatever changes you want. I'm just going to make a couple basic ones here to make it look a little bit nicer, such as just adding some text, such as published on, the author, adding a break to break things up a bit. I italicized the name of the author. There we have image, description. Great. We can put a break here. Category. And then we can put a break there. Okay, so there's just some basic changes for now without taking too much time. And that's great. It looks better already. And of course, you can make as many changes and make it as elaborate as you would like. And from here, we'll just select save in the bottom corner. And that just populated our list. The next thing we need to do is just change the settings on the menu. So just click the settings icon in the menu component, and we'll choose the root is going to be home, as this is the home page, and we can just select to display the root. And we'll see what this looks like when we do the preview. So we'll just select OK, and then hit the preview icon so we can check out our home page. Great, so there it is. That's the home icon that we just set in the menu component, and all of this is customizable as well. And there's our article list. So we might just note that if we click on read more, it doesn't take us anywhere because we haven't set up the detail page yet. So we will do that now. So we can just close the preview and go to the pages component and add a new page, which we'll just call article detail, and select OK. And within the article detail page, we will add a content and a detail component. So similar to how we did in the list query, we need to define the data query for the detail component. So just hover your mouse over the dark gray area and select data. And from here, we'll do the query builder. So from internal content, select news articles. And for this one, we probably want everything to show up: the headline, the date, the author, image, description, category, and the body. So just select continue there. The model will be a custom model. We don't have any templates saved. Continue. And once again, from viewing our template, we'll be able to make some customized changes. So again, I recommend just putting a heading for the headline. Say for this one, we might want to move the description up and give it a heading 2. The date. And some text break so everything isn't in a straight line. And just see what that looks like for now. Great. So as I said before, you can make as many changes as you like in this area. So for now, we will just select save. And from here, you won't really be able to preview it, as this is just a detail page, which is going to link back to our home page. So from the Pages menu, select Home. And in the list, click on the Settings icon. And for the detail page, so this is when you select read more on one of the articles in the list, it knows to go on to the article detail page that we created. So we'll just select article detail. Perfect. And for the article detail page, under pages, we'll just go back there. We should add a menu component to make it look a little bit more natural as well. So under the navigation component section, under components, select menu, and we'll just move that above the detail, and we'll do the same thing as we did on the home page. So select settings, and we'll change the route to go back to the home, and we'll display the route, because otherwise we won't see a menu at all. And just select OK. So from here, we can return to the home page, and we can take one last preview to see what it looks like. Great, so there's our home page with our article list, and if we select an article, such as the parrot article here, and select read more, it will bring us to the detail page with our headline, the description, the publishing date, the author, photo, and the body. So from here, within the preview area, we can change the screen size if we like to view it on a phone, so we can see it's made with responsive design, or maybe if we'd like to view it on a tablet, we can do that as well, and then just go back to the home and look at the other articles. So it's just as simple as that. You can get as creative with it as you want, as detailed, or make it as customized as you like using some basic HTML. And otherwise, once your site is published, it will be in full AMP and PWA. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through our chat or email as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.